On September 20th, 1988, around 9:30 in the morning, 19-year-old Tara Calico left home in Belen, New Mexico, to go cycling. She rode her pink mountain bike, and her adoptive father, who had married Tara's mother a few months earlier, described her as an extremely independent and energetic person. Tara, a second-year college student, was known for constantly keeping busy, making daily to-do lists, and even working while attending interviews. In one interview, it was mentioned that Tara, at the age of 6, used to prepare breakfast, including scrambled eggs, toast, and more, for herself and the family. Tara was the youngest child of her biological mother, and she had 4 siblings with her adoptive father. The route she took for cycling that day was the same as the one she usually followed, often accompanied by her mother, Patty. However, Patty began avoiding the area because she believed a motorcyclist was constantly following her. Other sources suggest that Patty asked Tara to avoid the Route 47 highway as earlier an unknown driver had attempted to force her off the road multiple times. Tara persisted in using the same route and rejected her mother's suggestion to carry a pepper spray for protection. It's worth noting that the Route 47 highway in New Mexico leads to Albuquerque, known from the TV series Breaking Bad. That morning, Tara prepared as usual for her day, gathering her tennis gear, racket, balls, books, and asking her mother to rewind 2 cassette tapes for her Sony Walkman. Before 9:30, she jokingly asked her mother to come looking for her if she didn't return home by noon, as she had plans to play tennis with her boyfriend at 12:30 and had a class at the University of New Mexico starting at 4 o'clock. Tara studied psychiatry and maintained a high GPA of 3.9. When Tara didn't show up at the agreed time, her mother immediately began searching for her. After going along the cycling route and not finding her, she contacted the police, who conducted a search but found no trace of Tara. The investigation began promptly, with authorities questioning locals, and the situation started to take on an increasingly ominous tone. A total of 7 people claimed to have seen the girl on her bicycle around 11:45 heading north from her home. However, during her return journey, witnesses mentioned that she had headphones on. Several noted that she looked back multiple times at a light-colored pickup truck with an extended cab, likely a 1983 Ford, which was directly behind Tara. If this vehicle was indeed connected to her disappearance, the events must have unfolded rapidly, as her house was only 3 kilometers away, and she should have been home within 15 minutes. It's worth mentioning that the road was busy, yet no one reported seeing anything unusual. The investigation faced challenges due to a storm and heavy rain on the day of Tara's disappearance, potentially washing away crucial evidence. Nonetheless, the following day, her yellow Walkman was found by the road with a cassette tape from the Boston rock band. 2 scenarios were considered regarding the Walkman discovery. Some suggested that the abductors, in their haste, didn't notice the items falling beside the road. However, Tara's mother believed that Tara intentionally left them there as a clue for the authorities. The most distressing aspect was that Tara's pink bicycle was never found. While witness accounts provided some guidance on what to look for, it proved insufficient. The initial investigation yielded no results, and the location of the Walkman's discovery was peculiar, several kilometers away from where she was last seen. This could imply that she embarked on one last ride, although this seems unlikely given that she should have been home shortly. Alternatively, it could indicate that she deliberately left the 2 items as clues. During the search, investigators later found wheel tracks of Tara's bicycle on the northbound side of Route 47. However, these tracks did not resemble those of a regular bike and suggested signs of a struggle. As mentioned earlier, rain had washed away potential evidence, and despite extensive efforts, including searches on foot, horseback, by plane, and with search dogs covering the area, no trace of Tara was found. The developments that made this case stand out among other disappearances only surfaced later. On June 15, 1989, more than 2,400 kilometers away from the disappearance site, in St. Joe, Florida, a woman preparing to shop stumbled upon a dropped Polaroid picture in the grocery store parking lot. The photo depicted a young girl and a boy bound and gagged, surrounded by blankets, a book, and a blue-striped pillow, which would later become significant. The woman reported finding the chilling image near a white windowless Toyota pickup truck driven by a mustached man around 30 years old. The photo quickly spread in the media due to its dramatic nature, featured in major American TV networks and newspapers. Tara's parents had distributed over 200,000 flyers nationwide, reaching out to more than 100 law enforcement agencies globally and appearing on prominent talk shows like Oprah. Forensic experts confirmed that the Polaroid was taken after May 1989, as the specific photo paper used was not available before that date. Law enforcement issued alerts, closed roads, but neither the driver nor the vehicle was located. The photo reached Tara's parents through friends who saw it on TV, and her mother, Patty, was certain that the girl in the picture was Tara, albeit slightly older and without makeup. Patty recognized a scar on the girl's leg, similar to one Tara got from a previous car accident. The Scotland Yard examined the photo, concluding that it indeed featured Tara. Subsequently, the Los Alamos National Laboratory, known for nuclear weapons development during World War II, examined it, stating that the girl's ear and hairline closely matched Tara's, as did a small wound on her right leg. Moreover, the laboratory discovered a phone number engraved on the book spine in the photo. Unfortunately, not all characters of the phone number were decipherable. Authorities identified 300 potential matching phone numbers and found 57 active ones. Certainly, none of them led them to the girl. Ultimately, the laboratory concluded that they could not definitively state whether the person in the photo was Tara Calico, and the forensic facial recognition (EV) examination later proved inconclusive, so they couldn't confirm the findings of Scotland Yard. It is uncertain if this is indeed what happened, but the mother, who became a spectacle herself, reported an oddity. According to her, an FBI agent at the end of the investigation told her that the girl in the photo couldn't be a victim of abduction, because her legs were shaved. As you may have noticed in the picture, there is also a little boy, but he was never identified. Initially, they thought that the boy could be Michael Hanley, who went missing in April 1988 in New Mexico while on a hiking trip with his father in the Unity of the Uni. His mother, based on the picture, said she was almost certain it was him. However, Michael's body was found in July 1989 in the northwestern area of the state, about 11 kilometers from where they camped 2 years earlier in New Mexico. The police believed he likely got lost in the mountains, and eventually, death occurred due to exposure and lack of food. There was also speculation that the boy in the picture could be David Borelli, who went missing in April 1989 in Alaska while heading to his friend's house. Some people claim to have seen him walking, but search dogs lost his scent along the route, and he has never been found. To this day, the boy in the picture has not been identified, and no one has come forward to claim him. Tara Calico's identity is also not entirely certain for the authorities, which makes it even more challenging. No alleged family, friends, foster home, or school has been identified. This could potentially mean that the boy was not American, but came to New Mexico from abroad over the years. However, more pictures have emerged, precisely two. The first was found in Montecito, California, next to a residential construction site. It also depicts a young woman with a taped mouth in a blurry photo. What is noteworthy is that the stripe pattern on the pillow next to the woman's head is very similar to what can be seen in the photo, taken in the small truck. This new picture was captured on photo paper introduced into circulation after June 1989. Naturally, this image was also examined, and it was determined that the hairline around the temple matched Tara Calico's. The mother also mentioned the asymmetry of the pupils, claiming they are the same as her daughter's. However, it's a blurry image, and such details are challenging to confirm. As for the second picture, nothing is known, except that it was taken on one of the trains of the American passenger rail service Amtrak. It shows a bound woman and a man. Tara Calico's mother insists that the picture with the striped pillow is of her daughter, but she believes the other image has nothing to do with the case. It is likely just a staged photo for something else, at least according to her. Tara's sister, however, did not rule out the second picture. She said that over the years, they had to look at many pictures, and except for the two, the original small truck one, they managed to exclude all others. Nevertheless, it is a fact that the people in the train picture have not been identified. The comments. After this, nothing happened for years. The next development occurred in 2008 when the sheriff of Valencia County, New Mexico, announced that he had obtained information suggesting that Tara was actually accidentally hit by two teenagers in a pickup truck in September 1988. According to the story, after the accident, they panicked and, to prevent the truth from coming out, ultimately killed the injured girl. According to the sheriff, the second boy behind Tara in the truck accidentally hit her, and they disposed of her body to cover up the incident. However, the sheriff's story is quite peculiar, as he presented only a narrative without any evidence. He claimed to know who the two young people in the story were, but without a body, he couldn't officially pursue a case. The problem with this is that an official investigation could have been initiated at least, but instead, he only provided a brief glimmer of hope to the grieving family that they might finally find out what happened to their daughter. In October 2013, a 6-person investigative team was formed, but they also made no progress. In October 2019, the FBI offered a $20,000 reward for information on Calico's whereabouts. However, she has not been found to this day, and no one has been arrested. There were alleged eyewitnesses who claimed to have seen her in a strip bar or a motel, but these leads did not lead anywhere. In 2003, Tara's parents moved to Port Charlotte, Florida, more than 3,000 kilometers southeast. Reports suggest they had planned this for years, but were afraid to leave the city because they hoped their daughter would return, and didn't want her to find strangers there. Tara's mother, Patty, expressed that she can't do anything here without being reminded of Tara. Theories about what might have happened abound, but the fact of the abduction is not really in question. Rather, the mystery lies in who might be behind it. The saddest part is that the parents had to process these theories firsthand. The most distressing one suggested a satanic cult might be behind the disappearance, possibly linked to a sacrificial ritual connected to the autumn equinox. However, the details were so gruesome that YouTube would likely ban the video. The same detective who told the parents this nonsense spoke a few days later about Tara likely just running away, a completely baseless claim whose origin remains unknown. Moreover, it was later revealed that the detective had been dismissed from the office for undisclosed reasons 5 years before Tara Calico mysteriously disappeared. I wouldn't wish the unimaginable pain that Tara's mother had to go through on anyone, first when she disappeared and later when she saw the photos. What do you think could be behind the case? Were Tara Calico's images indeed in the pictures? Share your thoughts in the comments.